The idea is just to get people comfortable with trying public transit, and it's been successful. People who ride the bus want to know that they can get to where they need to go reliably. In talking to folks at Heart and just talking in theory about, improving bus service and doing all of this, I knew that improving Route 1, adding frequency, making it fare free would be about $1.5 million. And why does that matter, you ask? Because Route 1 is the approximal route of a bus rapid transit service that has already been studied by FDOT, that has already gone through. They know where these stops would be. We know what the route would be. It would actually go down Fowler instead of the current Fletcher, but it's already a thing. They've done some studies. What we needed was more riders before we could get funding to do it. So I thought, why not use that $1.5 million to make the bus fare free, increase frequency from every 20 minutes to every 15 minutes, and see what happens.
And how long does that keep it free for with that frequency?
It's a 1-year pilot. It started in January of 2025 and it ends in January of 2026. And so far, the pilot has been incredibly successful.
Yeah, let's look at this route, because in my head, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but we talk about transportation on the show all the time, and I'm like, man, if you can get that thing free, right? You increase the ridership, people start getting used to that service. Maybe they're willing to even pay for that service one day. Then you get a dedicated lane, BRT, right?
Yes.
Where you go downtown to that USF area. Then eventually, and this is years or maybe even decades down the road, that could turn into some sort of a dedicated fixed transit line.
Sure. Now,
like there's a progression here.
Of absolutely.
Yeah.
It's biting the apple one bite at a time instead of whole.
Yep.
And the idea was, this is a route that connects from downtown on Whiting Street. And where that A is, that, as you see, says Whiting Street Station, Tico Line streetcar system.
Boom.
That is where the streetcar is, which is also fare free.
Right.
Then you take it all the way up, take east on Fletcher, and then you end up basically, I kind of say it's sort of Bruce B. Downs-ish. It's right there at the edge of the University of USF.
And
if you've been to Bagels, I think it's Bagels Plus, Bagels Unlimited. Can't remember the bagel place on Fletcher. It's one of my favorites, though.
Huh.
It's right across the street in the Target parking lot, in the Aldi parking lot.
It's good though, homemade, legit, with the schmear and the whole, all
phenomenal,
of it.
super cheap,
Ooh,
really good.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
And so that's a line. It hits the VA, it hits Social Security Administration, it hits downtown, it hits Seminole Heights, it hits Tampa Heights, and it connects to the streetcar. So that was originally as the BRT. Sure, it makes sense. But instead of going down Fletcher, they would go down Fowler, which has more lanes that you could repurpose. Also, Fowler is right now a business corridor. So when we talk about the comp plan, that's one of the areas they're looking to push growth.
Mm-hmm.
And a bus rapid transit system would help that.
And who are we finding that is riding on this route? Just by looking at the map, it's pretty diverse, right? You maybe have university students, people that live up in the north area, come to downtown to work. Is there data out on who demographically these people are and what their occupation is? Does it go that deep?
That's a good question. Heart has been doing some studies. I'm not sure they've gotten that deep into it. I know they continue to plan to do more surveys. But I can ask about that for sure. But I don't know about the ridership. But what I can tell you, because I ride it, is that we are getting more professionals, so to speak. Because I live in the Heights and I take it down to City Hall.
Yeah.
So definitely more people getting off in the Armature Works area.
Uh-huh.
Definitely people taking it downtown. a lot of students.
That's really great to hear, because when you look at other transportation alternatives outside of a vehicle in the Northeast and out West and places in Europe and around the world, there's not a negative connotation to transportation outside of a vehicle.
Yeah.
Whereas here locally,
Mhm.
I mean, you're
Yep.
from here like I am, we kind of, there's these echoes of this sort of negative sentiment towards any transit outside of a vehicle. So it's
Sure.
really encouraging to hear there's like professionals and students using it. There's no reason why we have that negative connotation. I just think it's like an old way people think about a bus, which might not be true, but it's just stuck in
Yeah.
people's head.
Well, that was the whole point of the fare-free pilot, is just give it a try.
Just give it a try.
Just give it a try. And so what I've done with Transit Now Tampa Bay, which is an advocacy group that's co-founded by Dana Lazarus, we've been leading bus rides. We get people to hop on the bus at one spot. We've chosen a location that we go to, and then we bring them back.
Cool. Yeah.
Our-
Shout out Dana. She's the one that gave me the sticker. So
Oh, yeah, she's fabulous. But our first one was in Tampa Heights. We started at the Sprouts, got off at the streetcar, hopped on the streetcar, and went to Sparkman Wharf. There were a handful of people. There were over 20 people on that ride. There were a handful of people who lived in Tampa Heights who had never been to Sparkman Wharf.
wow, really?
Yeah, because if you think about how to get there and you're only focused on cars, you got to get down there first with the traffic.
Right.
Then you got to figure out where to park, and then you got to pay for it. So of that ride, we lost about 6, 7, maybe 8 people on the way back because they were like, we're having a great time. We know how to get back. Thanks.
Love it. Love it.
So we had that with our Seminole Heights ride and Hampton Terrace ride. It was during the summer, so we took the bus down and we went to Gen X Tavern and had lunch.
Yeah.
And then a couple of folks were like, we live in Hampton Terrace, so we want to take the 400 back. How do we do that? We showed them where, and then they went off and did it. So, because that goes up Nebraska. But the idea is just get people comfortable with trying public transit, and it's been successful. So in December of last year, before this pilot started, about 3,000 people a day rode the bus. Our latest
Bus Route 1.
Our latest data with both frequency updates and fare free, it's over 5,200 a day.
Wow. Amazing.
Mhm.
Amazing.
So we're not far from the 6,000 number we need for a BRT.
Do you attribute the increase because of a free fare or the increase in frequency?
It's a combination of the two. People who ride the bus are always going to ride the bus. Actually, that's not true. People who ride the bus want to know that they can get to where they need to go reliably.
Yeah.
And 20 minutes could sometimes end up being 25 minutes. And that's not okay for 25 minutes
Agreed. Yeah.
to where you need to be. But 15 minutes? And then maybe sometimes it's 12 and maybe sometimes it's 18. But that's a reasonable amount of time.
Right.
And we found that every month there's increase in ridership and there's increase in on-time performance. And those are the things that people are looking for. So I'm hoping to expand Route 1 in this next budget to add, right now, the frequency, the additional every 15 minutes is only 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. There's no evening time. There's no weekend time. And the biggest complaints we're getting are there's too many people on the bus, believe it or not.
Wow. It's a good problem to have.
It is a good problem to have. But, also reasonably, we don't want people jammed on there.
No.
So adding the frequency on the weekends and some evening frequency, and we're still kind of talking about what that would look like and what the best use is. But really, yeah, just getting more people used to this route, being able to support it. Now that we have the Regional Infrastructure Accelerator, the RIO grant that you talked about on your Instagram last week, probably Facebook too, I don't know.
That's a David question. But yeah, we'll put it out there.
But the idea behind the Regional Infrastructure Accelerator is that we take the projects that we already have
Yes.
and we find innovative ways to fund them.
Love it.
Of ways that we can't right now. So basically what you're looking at is anything but a regular road project, because FDOT funds the road projects. We're looking at, for us, we're looking at transit projects, and this is regional. So things that can help connect people overall.
I feel like on the bus, like the question, what produces more ridership, a free fare or the frequency? It's absolutely both. But I also feel that there's a certain demographic that will always want to ride the bus and maybe ride the bus out of necessity because it's probably the lowest cost transportation you could get around our county and the city, et cetera. If you want to get the professionals and the students and the people that could drive a vehicle but choose to ride the bus, got to be frequent, got to be quick. And in some ways, it's got to beat the car. And what I mean by that is like maybe it takes me 15 minutes to travel from my house to downtown on the bus and the car. But with the bus, I don't have to park. I don't have to think about it. I can just put my AirPods in and listen to music, whatever, right? Like people respond to incentives. It's one of the first things you learn in economics. And if you really want people to increase ridership on any given system at all, it's got to beat the car. We've built our world so much around vehicles. We've made it so easy and attractive to use our own air-conditioned car, blasting our own music with our own parking spot, that in order to get a transportation project done, it's going to have to be enticing to actually get people to use it. That's why I love this Route 1 initiative, because it's like, here we are, frequent, free, great locations, connects to the streetcar. I can see why you thought that was a no-brainer to start with. Hey guys, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, click right here. Make sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Thank you for watching.